Hi, gents. We're gonna walk here. Hi, gents. We're walking. Come on, guys.
You see that? That is the buggy cam that you're seeing walking out our umpires for today with the ball in hand. Brilliant scenes here in minor league. This is what it's all about, to get to see those folks there.
Oh, doesn't he? Zoned in as the umpires walk out. Quick handshakes with the match referee, Mr. Danny Khan.
Continue, please.
Lovely watching the umpires walk out. We just stopped off. I actually jumped in with the umpires this morning for a lift, and he had to stop off at the West Indian shop up the road to get a nice West Indian breakfast.
He's become the all-time leader in runs in minor league. He's the third highest run scorer in those Super 8s, averaging 44.6 at a strike rate of 131 with a high score of 77. For Saideep Ganesh at the other end, he's going to have to find a little bit of form. First ball, though, coming in, Zio Huck. Nicely driven from Sujit Gowda. Length too full, and Gowda makes Ul Huck pay.
Yeah, we'll look at this one again. This looks to be a half volley on the pads. Any batter, not the least of whom is Sujit Gowda, as you mentioned.
Well, last season they would have had Monang Patel.
Otherwise, it has been Hiran. Oh, big appeal. Brian Kane has had a lot of appeal on him today, and he says not out. And Jonathan Fu.
Ryan Scott has been around for some time. Big appeals again, and this time the finger goes up. They've been asking the question for some time now, have the Stallions. Quite a number of appeals, but this time close enough for Brian Kane to raise the finger. Suprit Madan gets the wicket. Realizing what is required. Realizing what the surface will allow and what it won't allow. But at the end of the day, Kenna Lewis is still Kenna Lewis. Chandrapal Hemraj is still Chandrapal Hemraj. So two explosive batters just by nature. And we've already seen 3 4s and a 6 struck between these two.
The cover has been getting ready.
Yeah, getting a bit harder is the drizzle here. It's been teasing us all day. Mario Laban is a top pacer around the local scene. And now we get the confirmation. So play will be halted here momentarily with the Cavaliers flying here as Hemraj, Keenan, and the NYC Titans trudge off. So 42 for none. We will pause at 4.4 and we'll hopefully be back with you shortly.
So they'll stick with cricket. Or they are stuck with cricket. Oh, so Ashish Katapali sees the index finger of Brian Kane, and he has to walk. It's 80 for 7.
And gone. So new batter has come and gone right away. Gajanan Singh, 2 wickets in 2 balls. Hat-trick! Oh, hat-trick. There it is. There it is. Gajanan Singh with a hat-trick. It's Ravish Kanchi, the man, facing the faithful free hit ball. A swing across the line. And as soon as it struck the pads, they knew it was the moment. And Brian Kane obliges, raises the finger for a second time in 3 balls. Gajanan Singh has a great day with a bat and a hat-trick with the responsibility here, coming in as the captain with a lot of work to do.
Oh, he goes big, smashes this one out of the playing area by some yards. Jesse Singh has arrived.
Welcome, Jesse Singh, to Mercer County. He has started off
Stallions unit over the years. Pritchard has gone for 6. He's picked up the wicket of Ramratan in this over. Mukamala is up on 23. They've lost 4.
They just ran really well.
So So might have taken on the body here. They're running for everything. We'll have to wait and see Brian Kane. He comes up with a leg by signal. Doesn't matter how they come. And it's 124 for 6. So that completes the 20 over allotment. So 124 for 6, Matt. We'll quickly take a look at the scorecard. But Manhattan Yorkers, they have posted 124, 5 more than what we saw yesterday.
I'm certainly prefer to be an umpire. It's where I find myself most comfortable on the ground. That's the best place to watch cricket from. You're right there at the bowling end. You get to see all of the action. I happen to agree with Murray Erasmus, who was on your show just a couple weeks ago, who says that he would like to see the umpires be a lot more forward-facing. This is a media-driven sporting landscape that we live in now in 2024, and I think if the umpires want to be part of this game going forward, we want to be respected, we want to keep our place in the game, then we need to have a presence in the media as well, and I saw a gap.
It's a trying, it's a tricky pitch. You've got to work hard for your runs.
Yeah, I really like that. You go ahead, Brian.
I think people just didn't know what to expect, and I think there was no way to know what to expect in New York. We know where the pitch came from. There was extensive coverage about it coming from Adelaide to then being grown in Florida to then being moved on trucks to New York, and all this speculation about what it might be. And what I thought has been pretty interesting is that there was a lot of chatter before the tournament about teams bringing 3 and 4 spinners because everything's going to be slow and low. We're talking about old dusty West Indian pitches and these sorts of things. And then, you know, we've come here to New York, and the South Africans are playing 4 fast bowlers, you know,
Yes.
because there's that 2-pace nature of the pitch, bit up and down. And I mean, the ICC has officially acknowledged that the first couple of official games played at the stadium, they were not happy with the quality of the pitch. And I think that's why we've ended up playing on the same pitch the last 3 days in a row.
But this pair, you get the sense, is wanting to start to ride this momentum toward a challenging total.
We saw that this morning as well in the USA men's national game against Canada in Voortburg in the Netherlands, where Monang Patel and Shayan Jangir were able to consolidate after the loss of Milind Kumar for a duck and really take that innings above 300, which they didn't think was going to be possible when USA lost a couple wickets in the middle of that 50-over innings. But I think that these two ladies at the wicket here on 23 and 28 respectively have really taken this innings by the horns and are hopefully going to take their team forward.
Now, the question is, how do you think that a tournament like this might help us identify more ostriches like yourself?
Brian, you say that I'm the future. I don't know that I'm nearly 40. I don't know that I'm making it another 50 years, first of all. But I think that what we're seeing from a tournament like this is what we've been waiting for, what I've been waiting for in my 12 years in cricket here in America, is for young up-and-coming players to be given the opportunity to play on a national and international venue in an international competition where they'll get eyes on them and we can really showcase their talent. I come from the generation of young men who watched the 1999 women's U.S. soccer team win the World Cup in LA, and that set forward my entire life in sport. And I think that if we allow cricket players like Kitu Kodali and we have Disha Dhingra out there on the field right now, if we allow the young people of today to grow up in an atmosphere where cricket is an option for them, they can take inspiration from players like them and create a whole new generation of boys and girls athletes who find their way to cricket.
A snail's pace here for the central team. Firm stroke, wide of mid-on, she skips over, and 1 run completes over number 3. So 5 runs coming from that over. Slightly more productive from the standpoint of where the central team would like to be, but only 8 runs on the board after 3. gotten through a few overs here without much to show for it. In fact, not a whole lot. This replay played into the offside, and look at this, a clean pickup and a throw. Yeah, she was barely even in the shot, easily 4 yards away from the crease when that ball whizzed past the stumps.
So early success for Claren Eagles United, and Kingsmen 10 for 1.
Jesse Singh, obviously been around for a very long time, a member of the U.S. side. In fact, he captained the U.S. team in the last few matches in the recently concluded tournament, and he's a good fast bowler.
Copy Foster, run out at the pavilion end. TV umpire to director, coming to you for a run out at the pavilion end. Best side on angle, please. Just go one frame further, please. I want to see the stumps light up, please. All right, thank you very much. I'm satisfied that that's not out, not out. Foster, you can signal not out, not out. Well done.
Satisfied, that's a fair delivery. Can we move on to the boundary catch, please, one more time? Stand by on field, replay coming. Catch taken cleanly the first time, in the field, still, roll forward, foot inside the line, roll forward, steps out, he's back in, and takes the catch cleanly. I'm satisfied, out, red light coming.
So the umpires for the game are Brian Keane, man on your screen now, and Ron McFarland. They've stood in several games in the series. And Brian, as we made mention, Nickel, he gets to the ground, he takes 5 buses and 2 trains, and he get to any part of the United States once there's a bus or a train that goes there.
I'm going to tell you a bit of a story about Brian Kane, who was the umpire standing at square leg at the moment, American umpire, of course, born in America. He studied the history of cricket while writing a university paper on the development of different football codes. He'd never truly connected to the culture of American sport, so that was quite interesting. So he sought out different sporting cultures. He actually played Gaelic football, hurling, Australian rules football, and also rugby. Whilst he was studying about cricket, he suddenly realised that this is the sport for him, because he couldn't really connect with the American sports, as I mentioned. So he then decided that he was going to play the game, learn the game. He spent years, actually, he said, studying about the game of cricket from time to time. He couldn't find an American sport he liked. The only way he thought that he could actually to get involved in the game properly was to become an umpire, which is what he did, so that he could actually play the game, so that he could learn the laws of the game and then become an umpire. That was always his aim once he started to fall in love with the game of cricket through his studies. And he took his first umpiring course in 2014, and that was basically when playing tournaments, so he could fully explain the laws to his mates that he was playing with.
Oh, that's, we thought it might be warded, but it's not. A big slower delivery, and question was asked. Mr. Kane, the umpire, under a bit of pressure from the batters.
Coming through for a single. I wonder if this will be buys or given as runs. Yeah, leg buys, there we go. Yeah, everyone's getting in the holiday spirit, aren't they, back home?
Yeah, not feeling too festive here. I've never had a Christmas period abroad. It's hard to feel Christmassy when it's normally snowy in England and it's 30 degrees here in Florida, but we'll have to head home.